Right, so I thought about making a PR to just merge all the stuff from the branch I was working on, but it's way too much stuff. So I think what I have to do is start from origin master, which I think is where I am, yeah. And then just rewrite the parts of the code that I want to commit. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. There are basically two things, imgui and then 3JS. I'm going to try to PR just the imgui stuff right now. Wish me luck. So looking at this first example, I think this is mostly, this is only things related to 3JS. Oh, there's the one, the Mobject test and the Mobject test 2, that's related to imgui. Although, I don't know if I can test it without... Well, I do use the planes, so I could test it with the planes instead of the 3JS meshes. Yeah, that'll probably be fine. What's the mesh that I add? Oh, only the plane. And then here, the plane again. And then another plane. Okay. So looking at animation here, Object 3D, that's a 3JS concept, so I don't need to bring that over. For imgui transform. This is a workaround for Object 3Ds. Though honestly, Object 3Ds are probably useful to bring over anyway. But it should probably be done separately from imgui. gRPC doesn't need to be updated. So none of that. GUI.py, basically have to bring over all of this. And related to imgui, I think it's supposed to be coming out with a new version pretty soon. Why is this not working? Oh. That's weird. I would. There. Great. Did that. That's pretty simple. Then I'll just have to poetry add imgui. I guess that wasn't done already. Uh-oh. I was supposed to do this and then just froze. It was PyProject.telmo, right? Yeah, this is just like freezing, I guess. PyProject. Why is my fuzzy finder not working? Hold on. We got some technical difficulties. Does this work? That works. Go here, pipe project. Now it worked. Yeah, that was just some random one-off thing. Anyway, this does not have imgui or DearPyGui. So I think I have to do this? Maybe? hope they release their new version soon. Because right now the fonts are too small for my screen. Because it has too high of a pixel count. And you can only set custom fonts on the new version. At least that I know of. Okay, I think that should have worked now. No more warnings. Okay, so that much is brought over. Then I'm gonna have to update scene. That's from 3JS. That's from 3JS. That's from 3JS. Geometry and the material. The OpenGL renderer. This I'll probably have to bring over some stuff. I should definitely bring over that. Now when I moved update frame into its own function. Don't know if that was super necessary. It was a pretty large function though, so it's probably better for organization. What did I use the regex thing for? Oh, for matching on the lights. Okay, I'm gonna try just bring over all of this, I guess. And it is probably going to be a disaster. Okay, change the way this is viewed. Color to RGB and color to RGBA. So I want that. OpenGL camera should have an is orthographic boolean. Or maybe it should just be orthographic. Rather than is orthographic. So I'll do that. Here's the frame rate. Just after that frame rate, I'll set the projection matrix based on whether it's orthographic or not. Like so. So I'll just save that, set that from here. The default model matrix. Sure, yeah. Oh no, it has a model matrix and a default model matrix. Wait, what did I hear? The model matrix is this. Then the default model matrix. Actually, I don't know if these are the same location in the file. It's the light source here. Yeah, I want this expanded. Okay, this is a different part. So this is the way this is supposed to be. In this 2 default state. Here I set the model matrix to the default model matrix. That's simple enough. This with the add function, that's actually the default. Although I can't find, oh, right after enabling blend. Here, okay, don't have to add the add function for the blending since that's the default. And actually, I don't think I need to add this change at all, actually. I was experimenting with this. So I go down to wherever it's setting this matrix. And I think I want to get rid of this U underscore. I'm actually not totally sure of the naming convention I want to use for these matrices. Though I guess if it's coming from Python, maybe I should stick with the snake case. So maybe I'll just keep it like this. Yeah. I'll keep the U there for now, just to keep it consistent, but I'll probably end up changing that later on. So view matrix, that makes sense. Projection matrix, it should come from the camera. Like so. Great. Now in render, I totally took out update frame, moved that into its own function. Self.update frame. And that's doing basically the same thing though. So it takes just self into scene, yeah. And I'm just going to blindly copy this. And hope that kind of works out. So now there's a self-update frame. Remove this update frame. Yeah, remove this one. Now it's taking this window background color and actually doing nothing with it. So this should be done. Oh, this is done here. So I can take that out. Now when render is called, the first thing it does is call self.update frame. Then within this loop, it calls self.update frame again. Uh-oh. Why is my Vim stuff just not working? Oh! I updated my config and I guess that caused it just not working. Hold on. Was this in settings or something? No, it wasn't here. Key mappings? Well, it has it here. Why is this not working? It isn't mapping JK to escape. Well, as long as I don't know why that's happening, I think I'm just going to go back to my old Vim config. Go to the one in master. I think that should just fix it. Yeah, no, it's back. Okay, then I can figure that out later. Yeah, that'd be self-update frame. This should be self.update frame. Great. Then I brought all of that over. In the window, I actually don't think I need to make any change here. The mesh object, Maybe I can just take the object 3D code. Wait, does this code not have the concept of a mesh? I guess it must not. Shader dot. No, I think it does, but it isn't very fleshed out. Shader dot. No, I think it does, but it isn't very fleshed out. Yeah, basically it's render and then the updater functions. Okay, so maybe I want to just copy this. So I added some pretty useful stuff to the meshes, as well as making it compatible with the object 3Ds. So I'm just going to put these in split view and probably copy the whole thing. Can I just go to this file? And maybe all I want to do is just copy this whole thing. Oh, I'm gonna try it. And I don't think the changes between this version of the file and the other one are architectural or anything, so hopefully I can just copy this without destroying everything. Let me put something here. And I'll comment this out just in case I end up wanting to look back at that. So that's from shader.py. The GLSL files. I changed it so it takes a vec3. I think I want to do that. So I make this a vec3 and then I'll make it into a vec4 here. Like this, then the fragment shader. Is the fragment shader fine? Oh yeah, it's only changed to GL position, so that's fine. And then a test fragment shader and a test vertex shader. And this one doesn't require the matrices. Okay, so I'll update that. Hopefully. No, it doesn't exist. I just have to write that. Gosh. I'm gonna have to make this directory. Great. Then the fragment shader. Okay, so I got both of those. The scene. This will have to have some pretty significant changes too. But the changes here I can't just copy since there might be other changes to the scene. Okay. Let's see if I can... I hope I can test if it works here. No, this is not in the right directory. Get plain mesh. Yeah, so I want to see if these still work. Sure. Alright, we got some random error. NP is not defined. At least it doesn't look like a bad error. How long have we just not had NumPy in that function? OpenGL 3 dimensions? That's weird. Yep, there's NP functions there and there's no import. Interesting. RE is not defined. I'm actually confused how this... Oh, I can't stop it. How this would have ever gotten this far if there was missing imports. OpenGL rendered up by 406. Guess I have to close this window. Yeah, here it's using RE. And I guess I just never imported that? Where was that tab? There's the tab with the PR. Oh, that's gone forever. Oh, here it is. This one, I do have an import RE. I guess I just didn't add that. Okay. Guess that's back now. Oh yeah, and I wanted to test that before moving to the scene. So that's going to be a fair amount of stuff. I'm going to test the other ones as well, though. So I did 3D object. I'm going to do named full screen quad. Since these examples are pretty finicky, yeah. This requires either attributes and a shader or geometry and a material. Now I think this makes sense. I think. Let's see. Go to the full screen quad. What are you working on right now? So the PyGUI stuff that I'd been working on that I never PR'd, I'm working on actually making a PR for that. It's a bit tough because it's combined with a lot of other stuff. So yeah, I can't really decouple it that well. So I'm going back to master and adding it again. I wonder why this ran into this error. Shader by 684 mesh requires either attributes and a shader or a geometry and material. Okay, so here I guess it doesn't have attributes. Darn. And it needs these attributes. So maybe... There's the shader. Can I just put the attributes here? That has this source. Mesh requires either attributes in a shader or geometry material. So that was initialized from 684. Well, 684 before I change where... before I move that line. Okay, so it's here. So I'm gonna put that back. So this is where it was. The full screen quad. And here it's from mesh. So this init function needs a shader and a material. A shader and attributes. What is this none? Oh, the attributes was passed as none. I can't do that anymore. So for the attributes there. Okay, now maybe this will work. And I guess it did. It's going pretty slow, but I think that's because we ended up just slowing down that shader because it was really fast. And so I'll just keep that how it is. Also, I should be rendering on medium quality. Although now it's off-centered. Oh, so it must not be passing in the right resolution. Yeah, that should be config. I think pixel width. And then pixel height. Okay. And then I'll try the inline one. And that didn't work either. GL frag color redeclared. This must be because of this output color variable thing. And honestly, I'm not sure if I even want to do that. Because there are a lot of changes you'll have to make shaders compatible. And I don't know if having this one be changeable is worth it. Let's see if it works if I just call this frag color. And don't pass this. Yeah, then it works. But the resolution is still wrong. So with that, I think I'm just going to get rid of this output color variable option. Unless I can figure it out really quickly. Okay, so full screen quad, if I go here, this, I have the output color variable here. And so this is going to add this line, out vec for this. And I guess it doesn't like that. I wonder if I... Actually, this kind of makes even less sense than I thought. It's going to take this, it's going to add a line saying out vec for whatever. Maybe it does actually. But I don't feel like checking.